Welcome back, guys. This is part 2 of this build. This is this T3. Power DCU.
All right, what are you doing?
We are tidying up the ABS. I say tidying up, completely wiring up the ABS. Just finished getting all the front wheel speed sensors wired in. You kind of have to like peel apart a lot of the looming on the stock stuff. So yeah, just finishing running the power wires and then the ABS, the sensor wires. So we got yeah. We've got like our power wire. The S2 ABS is actually, I know it's all tangled, not very complicated. You have your main power, you've got an ignition source so it knows when your car's on. It's got your ABS wheel speeds, there's 2 wires per wheel speed. Then it just needs a brake switch input so it knows when you're actually pressing the brakes. And then the other wire we have is the service, the ABS light indicator, which we wire into our AIM PDM, so it will alert us if there is a fault with the ABS. We have like warnings, like flashing, warning the driver, so they know the ABS isn't working. But that's about, I think, most of the wiring. There should be, we still got headlights and a fan, I think we got to wire in yet, but it's getting down there. Power steering's working, full engine stuff's all working, tail lights, rain lights. We've got the communication between our Haltech ECU and the AIM PDM, along with the keypad. That's all being sent over to the dash. Got a radio wired up. It's all coming together. Still lots of little tidying stuff up. Should be fully wired up by tomorrow sometime.
And tomorrow is Sunday.
Tomorrow is Sunday.
We race on Saturday.
Yeah, we leave Wednesday morning. So
leave
cars
on
need
Wednesday.
To be loaded Tuesday, and there's kind of a loading cars here is not just like loading it on a single place trailer with one car. We have 5 cars to load, so that's like a full day project.
So there's this one, which surprise, new car,
Which still
and this one, and that one, and this one.
Oh, Super K. It's in the trailer, the
1, 2,
closed
3,
trailer outside.
4.
It'll be a long. What do we got? Two days of working. Today, rest of today. We've got all day tomorrow, and then all day Monday, and then Tuesday's loading day. So we really only have 2.5 days.
Half a day for loading, probably.
Cars. This thing still needs to see the dyno. All the cars pretty much need alignments.
So while he's rewiring the entire car, I made this go from yellow to black. Put 5 stickers on it, but don't get that close. No, this is a
I just wanted to see the seam. It's pretty good for just some scrap vinyl we had laying around.
It's a little rough getting around these, but it'll look good from 10 feet. And then on this side, since we were going to reuse the bumper from the AP2 because of the CR lip, which is legal in GLTC and doesn't count as a splitter because it's factory bodywork. But on this side, we obviously had a little run-in with a wall. So I'm trying to make it nice and smooth so that I can just resurface that with this, so it looks a little bit appropriate.
Should work.
Our goal is to make it look like it's not 10 cars assembled together.
We've got a reputation to uphold.
Year of, what is it? Year of Style?
Year of Style was 2021. Got power steering fully working. Again, power steering is actually quite simple. We've got a couple power wires, grounds. I think the only wires we used out of here, we need an engine pulse signal, which without that, the power steering wouldn't activate. So we just hook up engine pulse signal from the Haltech, and we actually skip hooking up the vehicle speed pulse because these power steerings are progressive, so the faster you go, the stiffer it gets. The slower you go, the more assist it has. We kind of run them in dummy mode, so it's just the low assist all the time. I kind of prefer it. Gives a little bit better driving feel.
I feel like the harder the inputs are to make when you're driving on a racetrack, the easier it is to not make mistakes that you didn't need to make. Like no power brakes is better on a racetrack. No super heavy assist on the steering.
The driver has to compromise with the car. So the more assist, the easier it is for the driver to give inputs, the easier it is for the driver to force something.
Yeah. You should have to work a little harder to get the input you want.
Yep. All right, that's it. We're gonna get back to work.
Wait, did you stop it yet?
Go ahead.
Is it lunchtime?
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 Lunchtime. Got everything wired up, and so far, it's all running pretty good. I mean, the engine was out of Tom's car, so there was nothing wrong when we pulled it, so kind of expected it to run, but yeah, all the we've got the AIM PDM all wired in. We've got our keypad, which give us a little bit of issues, not just the keypad, I should say the AIM PDM. There's an issue with some of the Haltech CAN messages that were programmed preset by AIM. It was causing all sorts of weird stuff. So Alex Moss came up. He's very good with CAN diagnostic stuff, and figured it out. Basically, we just had to eliminate a bunch of useless Haltech CAN messages that were being programmed into the AIM. It had nothing to do with the Haltech, because even with Haltech off and everything, as soon as we imported the Haltech CAN messages on the AIM device, it would basically just crash our a lot of the CAN stuff on CAN 2, even a completely different CAN network than the ECU is on. So I don't know, some issues there, but thankfully got that all figured out. And yeah, everything's going good. Let's see, we've got working headlights, got working fans, we've got all body panels, and they all mostly match. I'll show you some stuff with the dash. Dash all set up. We've got this is the primary page, which has got a little bit of lap time plus some engine data, along with some status lights. Second page is a diagnostic for engine stuff, so if there's ever an issue, we can quickly go to the second page, make sure we're getting correct map sensor signals, throttle position, check engine lights. Haltech spits out a check engine light for different failed sensors, kind of whatever we want. It's all fully configurable. This is our power diagnostic page, so it's just showing power consumption on different devices. So if we have like a fuel pump that's failing, or maybe something just came unplugged, quickly go here, see if it's drawing any amps. If it's not drawing anything, you know maybe it just came unplugged, or maybe the device just failed. Got our radio installed. Got real radio, a real mobile, hardwired mobile unit. So hopefully I have no radio communication issues. Fire system's all done. A lot of our shift lights and warnings, all that stuff set up. CAN keypad buttons. This has, basically it can spit out status. So if the fan is on, it'll make this color of this fan change. So we have a white background, so when they're on, it's blue. So let me see, you can turn our rain light off, headlights off. You can also have it go red if it trips a breaker. It's just unlimited possibilities. But yeah, the next step I think is dyno for this car. I tested ABS, that's all working. I tested power steering, engine, everything. Took it actually for a little rip down the road. Everything seems good. So Tom is where is he? He went to Tennessee, I believe. He's doing a military training school. So he's going to be flying into COTA. So, yeah. We'll get back to work. Ooh, I don't know if I showed the new rig. So we just got this big 53-foot enclosed 2-place trailer last year, which works great, but we need more cars. So we got 5-place open. So I think that's what we're going to take to COTA. I'm going to probably just try to eliminate the second rig and just take 1 rig, 5 cars, and hopefully stuff all of our spares and everything in the cars. It's going to be a little cramped, but make it work. We got the car strapped on the dyno. Hopefully it should go pretty easy. It's literally Tom's old engine, ECU, pretty much everything is the exact same that it was in Tom's car. So hopefully it's just do a few pulls, verify it's making the power it's supposed to, and that's it. It's pretty much the last thing we have to do. We do have to kind of go through and make sure those 10.5-inch wide chrome wheels do clear the fenders. It's got a small over fender kit on it, so you can kind of see there, it's the wheels stick out a bit, so it might be close. We might need to do some more trimming there. Worst case, we'll just go back to some 17-inch wheels that we have. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, just finished up with the dyno. Everything went pretty well. Made pretty much the same power, which is a good thing, I think. We made 214. I think last year we were claiming like 217. It's good to leave a little bit of buffer in there. I'm gonna show you why too. This is kind of something most people don't think about, but after having a dyno, you start to kind of notice patterns. Basically, when you start doing a pull, when you start doing pulls and the engine's cold, the coolant might be up to temp, but oil's probably still not up to temp. Your trans fluid, diff fluid, all that stuff is cold. Tires are cold. The rollers and bearings and everything in the dyno might be cold. So usually I start seeing power go up the more pulls you do. I mean, up until a point, then it will plateau or maybe fall off. But this was just kind of back-to-back pulls, and you start to see like power kind of creeping up. And usually it gets to a point, and then it'll just start falling back down as things start to heat soak. But that's kind of one thing you want to make sure you do while you're, especially in a power to weight class where everything's, dependent on your horsepower. If you just do your couple pulls and call it a day, you might be reading a lot lower than you really are once everything's up to temp. So where they have a dyno and you have to go to impound after the race, your car might actually make another 5, maybe even 10 horse, depending on the engine. So you definitely want to leave a little buffer there for horsepower, and maybe just have your, whoever's doing the dyno, have them do several back-to-back pulls until the power finally starts peaking, and even probably do like 3 or 4 after until the power starts falling off. So just a kind of a quick tip, keep you out of getting in trouble. So now that is done, we're probably going to get that off the dyno and just kind of go over a few things. We're going to check I don't know, just everything, make sure all the bolts are there still, nothing loosened up, and maybe get some fresh oil in it. And then we're going to do some things on Matt's car, just check everything there. There's a few little miscellaneous tasks we have to do yet. T2 is all ready to go, so we'll get that on the trailer. We're going to start probably loading up tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it. We're gonna get back to work. We've got the rest of today and then all day tomorrow, and then we hit the road early Wednesday morning. So, all right, thanks for watching.